So I'm driving in upstate New York. It's about 3 in the morning. Welcome back. I had a productive week. I made this cabinet this week out of steel and glass, kind of like old school safe. I wanted to experiment with wired glass and bullet hinges. I was really happy with the net result. While I was working on it, I had a couple of disappointments. I didn't weld the hinges beautifully enough, so there's always the grinder. But this video will probably be out this weekend, so look forward to that. I went to the New York City Motorcycle Show this weekend. My new buddy Kyle, who works for Harley Davidson, invited me, and we got a chance to take a close look at the Harley Davidsons, which I love. You know, I have a 2003 Lowrider, which I keep upstate. I got a chance to take a look at the new Harley Davidson motor and the new lineup. And there was this woman doing a demonstration on how to pick your motorcycle up. If you've ever dropped a Harley Davidson and try to pick it up, it is not easy. So she shows a technique which I'm gonna have to try. I've never tried this technique. Hopefully I never have to, because one time I parked my bike and I turned around to lock the garage and I heard it hit the ground. And that was the only time I ever dropped my bike, but it wasn't on the kickstand properly, and it was on a ramp, a driveway apron, and that wasn't fun. Got a chance to see the new Harley Davidson motor. There's a whole new redesigned motor, just came out this year. I also met Edward Jacobs. He is one of the designers of the Confederate motorcycle line. He's now started a new company called Vanguard Motorcycles. It's very difficult to make a motorcycle look fresh, and Edward Jacobs has done it more than a few times. So take a look, Vanguard Motorcycles.
My name is Edward Jacobs, pretty much design engineer, went to Pratt, and also studied architecture in Austria. Kind of traveled a few crazy places in the world and picked up a few things.
Right.
And I've learned that, you know, making new objects has to do with life choices, not only design choices or engineering choices. And hopefully this bike embodies kind of hopefully a way of life, you know.
And you designed this bike alone or with a team?
No, pretty much alone. We have a team, but all the design, engineering, all the drawings, and all the engineering drawings, and all the CAD work and everything I personally have done. Yeah.
Amazing. It's incredible. I think it's the most impressive piece here in the whole show.
Thanks, totally.
I mean, it's the most really eye-catching, most futuristic looking.
Thank you.
I figured I'd hit you while I'm here.
Yeah,
so
have a good one.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. I made my first cuts with the tarmac this week. I had some difficulties with a thumb drive. Around Thanksgiving time, I was experimenting with trying to transfer a file. It wasn't successful. Finally got a chance to test cut. Trying to figure out how to engrave the ice picks in a more systematic way. That's one of the first things I'm going to use the tarmac for. So this is just an experimental cut. I picked up some new tools this week. Me and Willie went over to the Complete Sculptor. They are a distributor for Fox Shop Tools. It's kind of the same thing as Grizzly, I think. I bought 2 lathes. If you remember, over the summer I made this double pedestal table, and I made those pedestals on my lathe, my metal working lathe, and that was not cool. It was not fun. So I finally got my hands on this. It's 16 by 40 something, and the other smaller one is 12 by 15. So these lathes are going to come in handy upstate. In the same buy, I picked up an 8-inch metal shear, just something I thought I could use around the shop. I already have an idea for a quick build that I'm going to utilize it in coming up next week. Nick Ferry stopped by the shop with his dad.
We don't have a name for it yet.
We're calling it the Gathering.
Wood the Gathering?
Wood the Gathering. That's a good. What, is that bad? Is that from something crazy movie or something?
I don't know, but that could be
porno?
easily misinterpreted, I think. My name is Nick Ferry, and I do a whole lot of nothing. Filming an interview for YouTube.
I'm Nick's dad.
Right on.
We did an interview at YouTube.
And what did you do wrong that he came out like this?
Feeding the right stuff.
Well, are you sure?
Well, I don't know about that.
I've been eating too much. Good.
No, I know. I'm a little thick these days myself. Nick is organizing an event that's going to happen this summer. Would you like to talk a little bit about it?
Sure.
We did like woodworking shows where we all got together and got a booth. Jimmy and April and who else did we have? Frank Hallworth there, Jack Holland, just a ton of people. But we were limited to the amount of people we could have involved. And we couldn't do any woodworking, any type of building, metalworking, anything.
So we're trying to secure this piece of property in Oklahoma the weekend after Father's Day in June.
We can have probably like 100 different channels.
It could be like a campsite too, right? We can
Yeah.
camp there. We can
Yeah.
sleep in our car if we want.
Yeah.
We got like over, I think, 1,000 amps service
Wow.
on site.
Wow.
Bring wood. We got a bandsaw mill. The location's still up in the air, but I'm fighting for it. A lot of red tape with City Hall and stuff.
Instead of the events we've organized in the past, this could be the thing. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it sounds like it would be a tremendous amount of fun. Because that way, any revenue generated can ensure we can do more events in the future.
Right.
Braxton was talking about bringing that 600-pound lathe and doing some bolt turning and all sorts of stuff.
What kind of brand does that live?
Inside joke with this guy. That brand is a. Oh, you had a glitch there in the thing.
The audio.
Type in Nick Ferry or nickferry.com. The boat, not the tooth. There you go.
I only like wearing one logo. Covers my bald spot.
See, people thought I was bald for the longest time. Now, granted, I cut it short for the
You
interview.
got great hair.
I haven't paid for somebody to cut my hair in probably 9 years.
What do you just mail it out and they send it back to you?
Yeah.
Nick Ferry, everybody, go check him out and tell him you found him here.
Blue and red line, kitchen sink.
That goes up to the kitchen sink, yeah.
Oh, cool. Oh, look at that hole there. Holy.
That's why we're going to stuff each one of those holes. This afternoon in upstate New York, the weather went down to below 16 degrees, about 15, 16, 12 degrees. Right now, while I'm driving, it is 4 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Life on the farm, we typically close the house right about now because it's too cold up here. The winds from the west beat up the side of the house, and this is the side of the house that faces to the west. And this line in here always freezes. It goes all the way back to the laundry room. This is something that should have happened in the summer, but it didn't. We have this crazy draft under the house, and so Taylor volunteered to climb into the crawl space to fill the gaps with some insulation.
I don't know if I'm gonna fit through here.
You will, because I've done it more than a few times.
Peace.
Keep shoving it up and under here. Now you got to go down about another 20 feet. What more?
No, I just need to like shift it around.
So the pipes in the crawl space froze, as they typically do. I always close the house around now. This is the first time in 10 years we're keeping the house open a little longer. We're kind of testing the waters. We'll see how long we can keep the house open before we give in and just shut it down for the winter. How is that adventure?
I'm really proud of myself because I didn't think that I'd be able to do that. I just was talking shit, you know?
Oh, you mean you said I'll do anything and you really
Yeah.
didn't mean it? You did a good job.
I didn't think I'd be able to do it.
There it goes. Yeah. Yeah.
Many of you know at Boston 100 I talked a little bit about Lucky being ill. He's been roller coasting for the last 2 weeks. We're not sure what's wrong with him, but just now me and Taylor went up to visit him at the animal hospital he's staying at. He's there for 3 days now. We'll see his test results coming tomorrow. Hopefully it's something that he can overcome. At 14 years old, he's doing pretty good. Thank you very much for sticking with the vlog. I've been getting some really good reviews on the vlog, and I'm really happy people are enjoying it. So it's a lot of fun to make, and thank you for watching.